Okay, I'm just going to do a quick video here of my custom-built simulation racing rig. About a week after Christmas, I received my Logitech G27 racing wheel, and I needed somewhere to put it. And I didn't want it to constantly be mounted on my computer desk over there because that would drive me nuts constantly moving it. So I built a sim rig, and here she be. All the framing I constructed out of common pine 2x4s that I bought at Lowe's. I think I paid, what was it? It was like $13.50 or $14 for all the 2x4s. It required, I think, 5 of them to build it. And then I paid about $10 for grade 5 bolts, nuts, and washers to hold all the movable parts together so they can be adjusted. All the flats, so these surfaces here and there, and the footbed and everything, was made out of solid maple panel board. It's 1 inch thick. It was left over from building my computer desk over there that I designed and built myself as well. So I just used the leftover scrap to help me build this out. Got a platform for my shifter, a platform for the steering wheel, and a platform for my gaming pad, my deluxe gaming pad. I designed this to work as 2 functions. 1, it would be for my racing simulator, and 2, if I wanted to remove the shifter, the steering column, and the footbed, my friend with his MSI gaming laptop would actually have somewhere to sit over here and actually game somewhere comfortable, because that, not exactly the most comfortable gaming surface. He's either constantly hunched over sitting on the couch, or he has to sit on the ground and then put his feet underneath my coffee table that I also designed and built myself. But anyway, it's pretty simple. All the grade 5 hardware bolts and stuff that you see are for adjustability reasons, so you can actually take the entire steering column bed. I'm sorry if this is really shaky. I'm using a little Kodak camcorder for this. But what you do is you pop that bolt out, and the entire thing tips and tilts forward. Well, not forward, up and down anyway. It's mounted on metal slides underneath, so this whole piece can actually slide forward and back depending on the person's size or what's comfortable for them. The shifter platform is also mounted on metal slides, also slides forward. It's all the way back right now, but it has about 2.5 inches of play. I cut that and designed it so it would be the exact same size as a mouse pad. Like I said, this was also meant for a gaming laptop. So that's fully adjustable. The footbed itself, what I did for that is I sat in the chair and I put my feet out there and I figured where would be comfortable for me to sit. And then I figured out what angle was comfortable for my feet, and based on the angle of the pedals. And then I designed it that way. And I mounted it as such, as you can see down there. But all you got to do is take out the side bolts there, and it slides forward and backwards pretty far anyway. I would say the whole thing is, I wonder if I can back up far enough so you can see it. I would say somebody who's probably 4.5 feet tall, it can be adjusted for as short as them. And it can also be adjusted out as far as somebody who's probably over 6.5 feet tall, I would say. Comfortably for everybody. The chair is actually my old computer chair. It's a Serta massaging computer chair that the arm pads were actually wearing out, and I was getting little black pieces of leather all over my floor, and it was driving me nuts. So I ended up buying that chair over there, that monstrosity, that Lane chair, which is really comfortable, by the way. I highly recommend. If anybody wants a new computer chair, look at Lane. They make amazingly comfortable chairs. But anyway, so the Serta chair, I never ended up throwing it out. It still works, the massager and everything, and it still works. I don't really have it plugged in, but I know it works. And the arms, I actually went to Jo-Ann Fabrics, and I bought leather from them, the most expensive and best quality leather they had. And I designed new arm pads. They're quite a bit thicker than what was there. I will say this, if you ever want to undertake that project of creating new pads for a computer chair, don't do it. It took 6 hours of hand stitching each side to sew all that leather together to create those arm pads. It was It was a pain in the ass, and your fingertips are raw after doing that. It was absolutely horrible. Um, but anyway, there it is. I created the bed for it and everything, all the framing. Can't really see, it'd be too dark if I went under there, but it's all pretty simple. It's mounted at an angle that I found was comfortable for me. Um, the chair itself is not adjustable. It's fixated where it is in the framing of the rig. Like I said, I made everything else fully adjustable, but the chair. So chair stays. Hopping over to the other side. I need to walk around the coffee table. The gaming pad, the arm and the platform and everything was an afterthought. Turns out, I mean, I bought the racing wheel and everything to play Euro Truck Simulator. And believe it or not, I mean, the G27's got, oh God, I don't know how many buttons. But it wasn't enough to have full functionality of the truck in the game. So I hooked up my gaming pad that I usually keep in my laptop bag, and that substituted everything I needed. But the problem I had after that was, how do you get in and out of it now? Yeah, like impossible. So basically what I did is, if you slide the keyboard over, the wireless keyboard, take your gamepad and you set it up there. The bed, which is slightly larger than the shifter bed, I made bigger for the gamepad because I wanted to have some maneuverability with it. So it's slightly bigger, it's slightly longer, it doesn't move front and back like the other one, and it doesn't move side to side or anything. It is fixated in its location. But the arm, I built the arm, so you can see the 4 bolts there. So the bed would tip down, and then the arm would also swing down so you can get in and out. So if you look at the bottom right bolt there, go on the inside, push, you can pull that out. This, oh God, this thing is so far zoomed in. There's a latching mechanism that I created underneath it. So basically, all you do is turn the latch, and the thing tips down. Let's see if I can get it on the other side. There's the latching mechanism. It goes into a solid piece of oak. So this just slides into a solid piece of oak here that I notched out. It's actually very strong and sturdy. It has very little play. You just grab a hold, tip it down, and then boom, you can get in and out with ease. You want to put it back, you just tip it up. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. Sorry. Alright, you just push it back in, tip the bed down, grab the latch, slide the latch in place. Is it in place? Yes, it is. Put your gamepad back, and it is nice and sturdy. It doesn't move at all. Really simple. It only takes a second to get in and out of it. I will say this. I mean, you're probably looking at this thing thinking, sorry, I'm just moving my keyboard back, that this thing is incredibly heavy, being constructed all out of 2x4s. And the truth is, it's really not that heavy. And I didn't paint the bottom of it, so it just slides across the carpet with ease. I mean, it really does slide very easily. You can move it anywhere you want, I mean, with just one hand. It's amazing. The whole thing, I painted. All the framing and everything, and the sides of the platforms are all painted in bare interior exterior satin paint. It's actually called Boardwalk is the color. It's just a slightly off black. It looks really good. It was left over from doing my computer desk, because you can see my computer desk I painted in the same color. It's pretty expensive. It's probably like $45 a gallon, I think is what it was. But it's really good. I mean, 2 coats and you got full coverability of everything. And I did 2 coats actually on the gaming rig, and I went a little crazy with the computer desk, and I did 6 coats on the computer desk. It was a labor of love, people. But anyway, I also designed it widthwise. Let me see if I can pull the chair out of the way. Sorry if this is really bouncy. So from the platforms, the side platforms forward, I designed the width of the entire rig so it could fit right inside my computer desk. I can slide it all the way up to this upright here, right inside there. I don't know if you could see the keyboard slide on my desk. Give me 1 second here. So what I did with the keyboard slide was I made the keyboard slide excessively long. So you could take the entire keyboard, you could slide it back really far, and then what would end up happening is when this is in place, push this back, this platform here that the keyboard rides on actually slides directly over top of the keyboard slide in my desk and underneath the desktop itself. So it literally just slides right in place all the way back to these uprights. And it's incredibly comfortable. The footbed and everything goes as far back as the wall. I mean, it was designed, purpose-built just for that. So, yeah. And that's my rig. I normally keep it with my TV because my TV is big and it's awesome for racing and Euro Truck Simulator. But this is my racing rig. Hope you guys liked it. Alright, later.